could just see that in his face that he looks at me like food, you know, like he's hungry, he's starving, and I'm food.
Oh,
Hello and welcome to our show, the Medway Show. And today we're going to be talking about sexual consent with our three guests. Hello, how are you doing?
Good.
Okay, so let's introduce ourselves. My name is Salsabil, and you are?
My name is Mina. I'm from Iran.
I'm Charlotte from France.
I'm Joyce from Hong Kong.
And you're all students here at the University of Kent.
Yeah.
So as you know, recently we saw a wave of sexual assault allegations, and using hashtag #MeToo, the victims called out their perpetrators as powerful as Weinstein, and also as popular as Kevin Spacey, do you know House of Cards? And famous comedian Louis C.K. We all have heard, stories like our friends. It happens to anybody.
Yeah. Me myself, I have some experience. When in first year, I'm in Canterbury. And I was working, replacing someone as a waiter in a Chinese restaurant. And the owner, he kind of touched me inappropriately when I was getting the dishes from the window. And he kind of went behind me. You might have noticed. He kind of went behind me and say like, "Oh, can you get that?" and something like that. And then I just kind of awkwardly move away, and I was like, yeah, I can do that, and then I quit afterwards.
Yeah.
That's a bunch of other experiences.
In this situation, you don't know what to do because you're afraid of losing your position.
I had exactly the same story. I was working on a restaurant, yes, and they were asking me things about my sexual life, or they were really close to me. They were trying to create a physical contact with me. And I don't know, in this case you never know how to react because you're in your workplace, so you don't know how to ask or say to the manager of the restaurant how to... You don't want to create a big struggle in the kitchen, you just want to do your work.
I want to ask, why do you think this conversation is important?
Yeah, I really believe that it has happened to every woman. I have not had any woman around me, it has never happened that I talked to somebody and they were completely immune. Definitely it has happened to everyone, and I think you should just talk about it because to just let them know. I mean, it can be also the other way around. Of course there can be cases that men were harassed, and I don't think that is okay, but just because that it's women are historically more suppressed. So you should just give them voice, and just to not let the bullies get away with doing whatever they want. Yeah. That's it.
I mean, we've seen, for example, the reputation of Weinstein completely shattered. Also, Louis C.K. had a movie that was cancelled. Kevin Spacey, obviously, House of Cards was cancelled. So yeah, I think raising our voice can really truly have an impact. So yeah, you will have many people, especially men, who are seeing, these accusations, saying, we can't flirt anymore, everybody's so politically correct, and so these women aren't really traumatized, they're just snowflakes, something like that. I've seen a lot of people tweeting this, even women, because they see their heroes, being accused, and they don't want to believe it. Yeah. So we're gonna play a little game I like to call, is it okay or not okay? Alright, so a compliment, you're looking a bit white today. Is it okay or not okay?
It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. Cat calls.
Not okay. Very creepy.
Can you demonstrate cat calling?
Hey girl, what are you doing? It's a bunch of people who when they see you walking in the streets alone.
Hey, beautiful.
Yeah. No. Hey, you have a great ass or something like that. No, not okay.
Not okay.
Hugging someone to say, to greet them or say goodbye.
It's okay. I mean, it depends who does it. I mean, if your teacher does it, not okay. If your friend does it, it's okay.
It depends on consent. If I don't want you to hug me, then you still hug me. I was like, whoa, why.
I mean, you don't greet your boss, you know, but
Like in America, they hug you whether you like it or not.
yeah, no, I think it's alright.
Yeah.
I think it's
It
alright.
depends, yeah, obviously on the context.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it's, I mean, I wouldn't mind my family, you know, hugging me and stuff, but a complete stranger out of nowhere.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, perhaps maybe.
Yeah.
Grabbing.
Not okay.
Not okay.
Okay. Just the word just seems.
It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Just made me think of someone that we all know well.
We all know who.
Yeah. So asking someone on a date. Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, again, it's quite relative, you know, like how do you approach the person, and if you're being aggressive, and if you know if they are in a relationship and any way you approach them, it's just inappropriate.
Just a no or yes, and they will go away. So
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of tell if the person is likely to say yes most of the time.
yeah.
So yeah. So asking someone on a date is completely fine.
Yeah, but if you just give them a yes or no, and if they come back and again like they really like annoy you, that's something else. But just for the first time, I think it's like
It could be really
I won't kill anybody for
But
it.
it's not harassment. Yeah, no, obviously. But asking someone on a date when they're your superior. So if you're in a position where if you say no, you might get in trouble, or you might not get a promotion, or you might even get fired.
I think it should be avoided.
So this,
It's
yeah.
not okay. I don't think it's okay. I mean,
What do you think?
It depends if both are agreed to meet and if there's really something between the people. But
Yeah.
if it's just like a power thing, it's not okay at all.
It's kind of a threat as well. If the guy is like, oh, you don't date me and I'll fire you or something.
it has happened to me.
They don't even have to say it. Sometimes it's just implied. Like they just, you're like, you know, they don't deal with you the same way if you say no.
Yeah.
Afterwards, they don't promote you. They don't, you know.
In my case, I was just fired. I was just I was like, yeah. I was
Oh,
like,
because you said no.
yeah, definitely. I mean, it was just a very extreme case. I was in Dubai. I had a job, and then my boss was this like kind of. I was 23 years old, I think. Yeah, like it was. Yeah, maybe even 22. And then the guy was my boss. I don't know, 50-year-old, and he had a wife and like life and everything. He was just so open, and then he was like, oh my god, it was so cringe. And then he was just texting me because I was working as personal assistant, and he was like texting me with other things, and then he knew that I was living with my boyfriend, and then he said, but you should get out of that, because the company was supposed to provide accommodation for me. I said, no, just get out of there, go to company's accommodation, it's just beside the office. And I'm like, I'm just living with my boyfriend. What do you have to do with me? Like, I'm okay here. I'll wait until the accommodation is ready. It's okay, sir. Thank you. And then the day after, another employee just messaged me, like his secretary or something, and said that don't come to work. And because I was on probation, we did not have any commitment. You know, like I was like.
Well, it's not worth staying anyway.
I mean, I could just see that in his face that he looks at me like food, you know, like he's hungry, he's starving, and I'm food.
Oh,
So yeah, I mean, yeah. So yeah, this is not okay, and obviously when there's your superior, there's a power thing, like Charlotte said. Yeah, obviously. I think when it comes down to defining what's flirting and what's harassment, flirting is a bit of fun. It's mutual fun. But harassment is a behavior likely to make the person on the receiving end feel harassed. That's harassment. And obviously, if that's not clear enough, just ask the person if you've crossed the line or if they're feeling comfortable or not. So now to the meme box, where Alex reacts to viral social media posts using memes. And when we get back, we're going to talk about if we can love someone who did bad things. So stay tuned.
Charlie bit me.
Yeah, this is real life.
So, we're watching some men climbing up a slippery slope, and my money's on the yellow man, to be honest, because he's not making a good start. I'm not going to lie, not a good start. But there are people doing worse. Okay, maybe there aren't people doing worse, but I still have every faith in him. Yeah, he's just about hanging on to last place now. So, oh dear. Well, there's a saying, we're all winners. In this case, I think that saying is not true. They're all losers. Oh, except the Green's doing well. Oh, he might make it. Mr. Yellow's not going to make it. At anything. Ever. Yeah. The Green won. My message to the Yellow man can be best summed up in a meme. And it's this. How dare you? I was rooting for you. A little while ago, the trailer for The Incredibles 2 was released, which is coming summer of next year. We can't show you the trailer, but it looks fairly classic to me. I mean, there's a baby shooting lasers through someone's hair. Like, how can you not like a baby shooting lasers through someone's hair? It's been a long time since the last Incredibles movie. As I've seen on Twitter, the baby is still a baby. I mean, maybe it's some alternate universe and the world just hasn't moved on. Maybe it's a day later, who knows? But I think the real reason could be that they're too busy putting fluff onto people's clothes. You've probably seen this on Twitter. There are pictures of just the detail of, like, you can see every individual thread on his shirt. I'm always looking for ways to express my emotions in memes because I don't really have any other emotions, so I just choose to use a meme. And it's going to be like this. Because, you know, let's wait and see. Over on Instagram, there's always some interesting pictures going around. There's always an interesting new trend in that Discover tab where you see things you kind of wish you never saw. This time there's no exception. We have a sort of nail art. I use art in a very loose term. I mean, they make their nails look diseased because, you know, don't we all want diseased nails that pop with pus when we squeeze them? There's an image that sums up my feelings just perfectly. I mean, what were they thinking? What are they thinking? How is this a trend? How is this a thing? It's just not okay. We all must have seen the memes on Twitter about what Obama and Biden might say to themselves in the White House, how their conversations might actually go. This week it was Joe Biden's birthday, and Barack Obama paid a touching tribute to his former vice president with a tweet. Barack Obama: Joe, about halfway through the speech, I'm going to wish you happy... Biden: it's my birthday. Me: Joe, happy birthday to Joe Biden, my brother and the best vice president anyone could actually have. We go to The Simpsons for my reaction. I mean, it's just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, really. And it just reminds me how much I miss them. It just gives me hope that although Obama is out of the White House, the memes are not dead because he's keeping up with the memes. You can just imagine these conversations being the actual conversations that happen. And it's just great. It's like the end of the meme book.
Bad things, whether you're a fan or you're just a friend.
What do you mean by bad things? Like Harvey Weinstein maybe? Like Kevin Spacey, huh?
If it like Louis C.K. or because they had a lot of friends and we expected them to react a certain way, like to just completely distance themselves or say something.
Well, you know, I think we can all agree that we just love our heroes to be just that hero and we don't want their image shattered.
Still,
I'm a big fan of Louis C.K. to be honest. And then when I hear the news, I was like, oh no.
How are you?
That's you, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was just disappointed about him, like struggling. I still like him, but then he did this horrible thing, that's this harassing woman, and then I was like, should I stop listening to him anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just very disappointing to know that he's.
Would you watch
this
his
kind of
movies and his stand-ups?
I might, but I won't.
If it's someone you really admire, what would you do?
I can't. I think we can't forgive something like that, even if it's someone we love. Like, we talk about sexual harassment, we talk about rape, we talk about women who suffered, and I don't know. We can't like accept this as a woman, as a human being. We need to say things, and we can't forgive this kind of people because they are talented or because they are good actors, or we like the characters they play on a movie or on a series. Like, it was the same thing for Ed Westwick, the Gossip Girl actor, Chuck.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah.
He was accused by 3 women of rape. Like, I'm never gonna watch Gossip Girl again in the same way, if you know what I mean. Like,
for me, when I see these cases, obviously when I see it, it's disgusting and stuff. But if it's someone I really, really admire, and there's a lot of movies I need to avoid watching, I just really follow the case closely. Obviously, if there's so many victims, then it's settled.
40 women could not possibly lie.
Obviously,
It couldn't be a misunderstanding.
But yeah, I try to follow the case closely and then make up my mind after. Obviously, if they're guilty, I'm not going to watch their movies again because you're supporting them. And very quickly, will exposing these perpetrators change the world and society?
Yes, definitely. Definitely, because you see what happened to Weinstein. You see what happened to Kevin Spacey. These are huge people that we are talking about. We are talking about Amazon executive. They are rich, powerful, very intelligent people.
Everyday lives, that boss who's...
Yes, but people can, if you see such cases, such punishments for huge people, you can expect, you can see it coming to you if you're a bully or if you're a sexual predator.
I don't know, if it's my first job and I've had my boss say a remark, I'm just gonna ignore it because it's my first job and I have no right to.
No, you are right, and the point is, it is less significant when it's less important people.
Yeah.
But the point is, it's good to encourage women to speak about it. To not hide it. There is nothing to be ashamed of. It was not your fault. So you just go ahead, you speak about it, don't hide it, and whatever follows. I'm so sorry, this is true. I have to admit that court cases in these sexual harassment issues, really disappointing, embarrassing, just a waste of time.
Because you say it's been so long now.
But it's better than nothing.
Yeah, but at
you
least
have to go for it.
So yeah,
well, I'm quite happy that society is changing in the right direction, I would say. So yes, it can make a change. Yes.
What do you think?
the change has to come also from, I don't know, maybe the government or the country. More specifically about the education. I think that the young boys and girls have to know and learn how to behave together. Lots of women are afraid to talk on the workplace because they are not protected by the law. So it will be good to see how we can improve the things with the education for the young and the law. I think this is maybe
And about the law, I just read the rape law is if a man committed rape, then he'll be sentenced as a conviction of raping someone. If a woman rapes someone, then they are not a rapist. They are a accomplice. How do you pronounce that? Accomplice. Yeah. So that's one thing I found shocking.
It's not fair.
Yeah, it's not fair. Because there are a lot of cases of women raping or sexually harassing some schoolboys and teenagers. So
yeah, and a lot of people say, "Oh, she's hot. He must be so super stoked about it."
No, that's not. No, that's not true. That's not true. It's because she's a woman and she's hot, she can do whatever she wants. It's you can be a female manager or a boss or whatever, and you can make your employees uncomfortable. That works both ways.
So yeah, that's all for me. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Honestly, thank Monkeys on Avenue saving the day.
So, yeah, I love that we're having this conversation. I think people are gonna understand that either way, it's not okay. And the game we played also, I hope people learned something from it, even if it was just a game. And that's it for us. And tune in for next time. And that's a wrap. Yeah.